And welcome to Mountain West Football Media Days 2015, Day 2, as we continue our conversations with the student athletes from the Mountain Division. We're going to kick things off with the fellas from Utah State, Chuckie, Keeton, and Fackrell. Pleased to join us here. Last year, fellas, the Aggies, very successful season. 10-4 overall, 6-2 in the Mountain West, good enough for third in the Mountain Division. Two key players, maybe a few more, but two key players that were right here in front of us really didn't take part in that season for unfortunate circumstances, but are key members of the 2015 season. Chuckie, Keeton, Fackrell, pleased to be joined with you here. Chuckie, you were a quarterback that led this team in 2012. You led them in 2013 into the Mountain West, and you go down with an ACL injury. You come back for 2014, and you go down with another injury. How is this approach to this season different for you as you get ready for your senior and final campaign?
I mean, I think the biggest thing for me is I have a lot of guys I can rely on. We've got a little bit older of a team this year than ever before, and we've got a lot of returners coming back. So I'm just excited to put all my trust and all my confidence in them, and I know they're happy to see me back on the field. Because
everyone gets so excited when they hear your name in Logan, in Utah, and in the western half of the United States, because of what you were able to do on the field when you were healthy. How hard was it for you to sit on the sideline and watch your team grind to victories and once again compete for a Mountain West championship? Because it went down to the wire in the regular season once again. How hard was that for you to watch as the leader from the sideline? Yeah,
it was definitely tough, but at the same time I had to do whatever I could. And in my instance, that was be a mentor and kind of be a second coach to some of the younger guys and kind of get their minds in the right spot. My big thing was trying to get them to kind of realize something before they had to do it in a negative way and had to overcome it. So that's kind of like Ask Madden, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. On the flip side of the ball, on the defensive side of the ball, you guys were stacked at the linebacker position. Unfortunately, Kyler, you also, your season cut short really before it started. You get a second chance at going out there and now leading a very talented linebacking corps. How did sitting out and watching, how did that change you as a player? Did you take mental reps from the sideline, and did that help?
It was a struggle, and I think honestly it has made me kind of appreciate it in a way that I didn't before. Mm-hmm. And so I am definitely excited. You know, there are a lot of new guys, a lot of guys that maybe I haven't played with before, and you know, some that I have, like Nick. But we have a strong defense. We have a lot of young talent, and I look forward to kind of leading them to a lot of wins.
In talking with Coach Wells, he said that you bring so much to the table. Your break on the football, your speed. I look at that pick six against the University of Hawaii you had a couple of years ago, where you just take the ball around the goal line and go, was it 99 yards, yep. 99 and a half yards? Do you remember how much fun it is to play football and make plays like that? Or does a year kind of make you forget some of those things because of what you've had to go through? And we're looking at that play right here on the screen.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it kind of fades a little bit. It's been a long time since I've played, but just kind of being in this atmosphere and getting suited up again for this media day has kind of, I got butterflies when I was all suited up, and I look forward to it for sure.
The game has changed for you a little bit, and when I talk about the game of life, you're a new father. How has that changed the way that you can devote time to football? Has that taken away from time, because you do have other priorities now?
Yeah, I don't think that it has taken away from football at all. I definitely still have plenty of time for football, and I think it'll be interesting to see how it goes during the season, because obviously this summer it's not quite as time consuming. But you know, having one more cheerleader at home is, I mean, I love it. I love being a father, and I think it'll just be motivation for me to play even more.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
On the other side, back to the offensive side of the football, there's another linebacker that kind of made a name for himself as a fullback, and Nick Vigil, who is the brother, of course, of the reigning Mountain West Defensive Player of the Year, Zach Vigil. What does Nick bring to you guys as a fullback? He's a former high school running back, some toughness, and you know, he got those tough yards, but showed a little bit of speed out of the backfield too. How much do you look forward to using him as an offensive weapon.
Yeah, Nick is one of those guys where he's going to give you 100% whatever he does. And the thing with Nick is he's one of the smarter players we have on the team as well. So he kind of knows what to do. But I think a big thing with Nick is he motivates all the other running backs because he doesn't have to say it because I do it for him. Like, I got to tell some of the running backs, hey, you might lose your job to a linebacker. So it's always a big motivator for them, but Nick always puts his heart and soul into it.
One of those running backs that kind of dazzled everyone last year, kind of came off the radar, was Lawan Hunt. Ran for 540 yards. You had to dip deep into many different positions, into young guys, and he was one of those emerging guys. What have you seen from him in the offseason? How can he be better than what we saw in his freshman campaign?
Yeah, a big thing about Lawan, he did have a good first year, but with that, he knows that there was a lot more that he could have done. Some mistakes that he may have made or things that he can just improve on. And he knows that I'm more than happy to help him out, and he's been pushing himself as well as the rest of the running back group. So the thing is we're not just trying to have one guy, we're trying to have several guys who can step up to the plate whenever we call their name.
Let's talk about the teams and take a look at the schedule that you guys will face here in the upcoming season. I look at the schedule and I see some big games. Once again, you're going to play the University of Utah. Once again, you're going to take on BYU. You got a game at Washington, and that's really outside of the Mountain West schedule. You got Colorado State at home. You're at Fresno State. You got Boise State at home. I look at that BYU game, and that jumps off for a number of reasons. Number one, it's going to be senior day in Logan. You get them back there, your final games suiting up for the Aggies outside of a bowl game, of course, or a Mountain West championship game if you guys earn the right to play for that. The BYU game, Chuckie and Kyler, you had to sit out. That was an emotional game. You guys win in Provo for the first time since 1978, but you were included in on the celebration. They allowed you to go get the wheel and wheel it back. How much did that win mean to the program and the city of Logan?
I think it meant a lot. I think more than anything, it talked about the brotherhood that we have and the fact that we may not have had every single piece that we had or 100% full strength, but we found a way to get it done, and we relied on a lot of young guys. 3 of the offensive touchdowns we got were from first-year guys, so that was, I mean, it's a huge thing, and it just shows you how much we rely upon each other. Very
quickly, about 20 seconds. What did that win, in your words, what did that mean to you and the city of Logan?
It was huge, and you know, especially with them, I think they were ranked 18th at the time. They had this explosive offense and everything, and for us to be able to go into Provo and win kind of in the fashion that we did was, I mean, it was huge. I know that Coach Wells was getting emails and calls from Aggies all over the nation just with their excitement over, you know, kind of a big win like that. So
we wish you both luck in the season and certainly hope for a celebratory senior day in Logan late in the season with another win over BYU. Good luck to both of you, and let's keep it healthy.
Sir, thank you.
It's Chuckie, Keeton, and Kyler Fackrell of the Utah State Aggies. When we come back, we're going to talk to the fellows from Boise State, Darian Thompson and Reese Odiambo. That's live right here on the Mountain West Network after this.